Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I hope you've all been very well. I feel like I haven't sat down and filmed a YouTube video in a long time. It's probably only been a couple weeks, but I feel like for me that feels like a really long time, especially when I am used to filming like 1 or 2 videos a week. And I just have not been on my YouTube grind lately. I don't know why. I've been filming a lot of vlogs over on TikTok, so if you don't follow me on there, that'll be linked down below, so go give us a follow. But yeah, I just haven't been filming a lot of YouTube videos, so I thought today I'd sit down, do a questions and answers. I asked you on Instagram yesterday if you had any questions for me. I put up an anonymous box as well, so we've got some juicy ones. So we're gonna answer those, just have a little chit chat. I also got a matcha latte. Don't know what I was thinking. I've seen a lot of people drinking these and I really do want to be a matcha latte girl because if I like this, it's got less caffeine, right? So I could have this in the morning and then not complain all day about being anxious from my coffee, but still doing it every day anyway. I could get this because it has less caffeine. However, I don't really like green tea and this is green tea based, right? Like matcha. So we're going to give this a go. I just got a little one because I don't have high hopes. So let's just start with this. I'm nerdy. Give it a stir. I got a vanilla one because I think you can just get normal ones, but I got a vanilla one. Okay, why am I nervous? It's not bad. Hey, that's not bad. I really don't hate that. I can get around this. This is really nice. I really like it. The only thing is I feel like if I was to get a bigger one, there's probably more matcha in it, right? And I feel like the more matcha, the more like green tea it'll taste. I don't know, but this is good. If you're new to matcha, get a little one and get vanilla in it. Oh my God, I'm really pleased. I did not think I would like it. Okay, well, that's good. All right, let's get started with some questions. The first one is, and I had to write this down because I had to have a little think about it. Do you have a favorite inspirational phrase that you tell yourself, phrase that you tell yourself in good and bad times? And I came up with this one. Well, I didn't come up with it, but I thought this one really resonates to me, which is be patient with yourself. Nothing blooms all year. I actually saw this recently and I really liked it because it's so true. Like flowers don't bloom all year, but when they bloom, they bloom. You know what I mean? Like you don't always have to be going for the next thing, trying to better yourself 24/7. Sometimes it's okay to sit and be in the moment and be happy where you're at in life. And you know, you don't always have to be pushing for more. So I really liked that. So that's my favorite quote right now. It changes all the time. What's another one that I always say? I mean, it is what it is. That's a nice one. Very simple, to the point. I feel like there's another one that I always say. Oh, we're on a floating rock. Wow, mine are all very like, just stop caring so much, kind of. I like things like that. Like we're on a floating rock. Doesn't really matter that much. Question number 2 is, have you started with a new therapist yet? How is it going if so? I have. So I've been to 2 sessions so far, and can I tell you, the difference between this new therapist that I'm seeing compared to the last place that I was going is astounding. I am honestly kind of disappointed that I stuck out the last place that I was going for so long because it just was not giving me what I needed. And if you're not familiar with, I feel like this is off center and it's really annoying me. If you're not familiar with what I'm going through, I have spoken about it in a video. I did a whole video on it. I'm dealing with an ongoing eating disorder. And I was recommended to go to a certain place and basically it was just very protocol driven. I had to go into the therapist. I had to see a dietitian first, which I really enjoyed. That was really nice. But I found with the therapist, it was very, okay, we're gonna weigh you. I had to see what I was weighed. So every week I'd have to see the number going up, which I just don't think makes any sense at all for someone dealing with issues with food and gaining weight to see their weight going up every week or seeing their weight in general. I just don't think anyone needs to know what a number on the scale is. It makes 0 sense to me. So I hated that. And also I had to keep a log of every single thing that I ate throughout the day. If I ate something, I'd have to write it down, which is what I was kind of dealing with, which is what kind of started what I was going through, was needing to write down everything that I ate and planning my food out. So it felt like I was doing the same thing. So I just really wasn't getting anything from it at all. If anything, it was sending me backwards. So I left them, I found a new therapist, and it just, After the first session, I was like, wow, that is what it's supposed to feel like. That is what therapy is supposed to be. She's empathetic, she listens. I just go in there and talk, and I can tell that she's really going to actually get to the root cause of what has caused everything that I'm going through, which I think in the, you know, hindsight, I think it all comes down to self-worth. But we're going to get to the bottom of it, where it started, why I feel this way, why I'm so hard on myself, why I have perfectionism, why I like to have this control, what am I trying to distract myself from. So my first 4 sessions are basically just going to be talking about everything in my life. My last session I did was my whole childhood. We're going to dive more into that. And this is just to get to know me. This is just for her to figure out how she can help me. So I feel like it's going to be really life-changing, and I'm really, really excited. I go tomorrow, and it's really hard. You do feel like, she's used the term, you feel quite emotionally hungover, which you do. You feel a bit out of it after, because it's not often that you think that deep into your past. And a lot of things came up that I literally didn't know that I'd speak about so soon. So it's quite heavy, but I'm very, very eager to get more into it. And I'm so happy that I've just found someone that feels right and just really, really cares. So I'm excited. She's a matcha tea girly. Next question is, what was the last thing you ate? And someone also asked my go-to breakfast as well. The last thing I ate was breakfast, and I'll insert a little vid. It's so simple, but it's just Greek yogurt mixed with my favorite protein. It's a vanilla protein, Milo cereal on top, and then frozen strawberries for a little crunch. It's so good. Maple syrup as well. I have that every morning. It's really, really yum. So that's the last thing that I ate, and my go-to brekkie right now. That or oats. Or, yeah, that or oats. I was going to say, not ricotta cheese. Cottage cheese on English muffins with fruit and maple syrup. That's really yum too. But I like a big warm, actually the yogurt isn't warm. I just like a big bowl of something. But if I want like a warm brekkie, I'll have oats, and if it's cold, I'll have, yeah, anyways, shut up, Alex. Okay. Next question is, I'm 27 and still single. Do you feel any pressure being late 20s and still being single? Feel, sis, I'm 28 and I'm still single. I wouldn't say I feel pressure. There's definitely the societal pressure, like you should be in a relationship. I thought I would be married with my first child by now, but I am not, obviously. But I'm just so, I feel like I'm still discovering so much about myself, and I'm just, yeah, maybe in the scheme of things I might be a little behind, but am I? Does it matter? I'm in no rush. I'm not in any rush. I really want to get to a place where I'm happy within myself before getting into a relationship, and I just don't think there's any rush for that. I have no problem starting a family in my 30s. I also have no problem waiting to get married until I'm in my 30s, and until the right person comes along, then I'm just cruising. I'm just enjoying life, being single, figuring a lot of stuff out. I feel like because of what I am going through, dating, just, it hasn't been at the forefront of my mind. It hasn't for a long time. I feel like I've just had a lot of other things that I've been focusing on. That being said, maybe meeting someone could really help improve my life, but I don't really want to be at a place in my life where I feel like I need someone to complete it. I want to feel complete on my own, and I want someone else to add to it, if that makes sense. So in short, I don't really feel the pressure, and I don't think you should either. Good things take time, and being single late in your 20s, I think, is a blessing as well, because think about how much you've learned about yourself and how much you know that you want in your life, and now you can be really picky, and that's so fun. Next, somebody asked, what is my favorite flower? And I'm gonna be basic and say it's a tulip. I love a tulip. A white tulip is my favorite. Any color, I won't discriminate, but I just love tulips. I think they're so pretty. So yeah, that's my favorite. Next, wow, we're really switching it up here. Favorite flower to opinion on casual sex. Go for it. Go for it. If you're not wanting a relationship, but you want to have a sexual partner, go for it. What's stopping you? It doesn't matter. If you want to go out and have one night stands, if you want to have one person that you sleep with continuously and never get in a relationship with, that's totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. If that's the place that you're at in life and you're not wanting a relationship and you just want to have sexual relations, go for it. Just do what makes you happy. Next question is, when was the last time you cried? You know what? I don't actually cry that often. Because again, I feel like I block a lot of feelings out. and what I'm going through distracts me from feeling what I'm feeling. That's really deep. But you know what I've realized actually? I've realized what my panic attacks are, because I have really bad anxiety and I don't have panic attacks per se, but what I've realized I do is I shut down and I stop being able to move. Is that a thing? Because I feel like I'm noticing now, I think I'm having a bit of a panic attack, because I'll be sitting there and I kind of freeze in place and I just can't really get myself to do anything but sit there and just think over and over and over. And I think those are my panic attacks. Where has this come from? Oh, from Have I Cried. So I don't really have like panic attacks where I'm like crying or anything, but this doesn't, why am I even talking about panic attacks? We're asking when I cried last. I think the last time I cried was when I went home to visit my family. I think a lot of emotions kind of came up and I did have a little bit of a cry, which sometimes is needed. And it's nice to go home and just be able to cuddle your mum and have a little bit of a cry because you're a bit upset about what's going on in life right now. So I think that's the last time I cried. I sound so damaged in this video. I promise I'm okay. But yeah, that was the last time I cried. Next question is, have you ever cheated? You gotta be honest. Lol. I think I've spoken about this before in a video. My first ever relationship that I was in, which is something I actually am about to unpack in therapy. I was 14 and I dated him from when I was 14 until I was 17 or 18. And it was a horrible relationship. I won't dive too much into it, but it was abusive and I felt trapped and I was young, and in short, basically it got to the point I wasn't allowed to join a gym. He would come to my work, steal my phone, delete my Instagram, that kind of vibe. So I was very trapped and I felt like I couldn't leave because I'd get threats and all that kind of stuff. So to kind of, you know, go out and enjoy my life, I was 18. I must have been 18 the year that we finally ended, because I started wanting to go out with my friends. So we'd like go to clubs, and I definitely, you know, when you're that young, like you'd kiss a boy, and yeah, I did that, which he did find out about. He was doing the same thing. It was just a really, really bad relationship. So, I mean, it counts obviously, but I was so young and we were going through so much, and just, you know, yeah, obviously since then I have not and would never. I was just young and in a terrible, terrible relationship and didn't know how to get out of it, and was trying to live my life while being trapped by that. So yeah, but in any of my other relationships, I have never even come close to cheating. I feel like when I'm in a relationship now, even though it's been a long time, but I even just remember my last relationship, you don't even see the opposite sex. I remember becoming single, being like, whoa, there's men around, huh? So I'm definitely very, very loyal, but it was just that particular circumstance that was very toxic, and unfortunately, you know, that happened. So yeah. Next, somebody asked, are you dating right now? You guys will be very pleased to know, sorry, Theo just snored in the background. I went on a date and I am planning to go on more dates, and yeah, I'm actually dating. And you know, like I was saying before, I do get very nervous because I can tell that the place I am in my life is probably not the best to be jumping into things, and I do need to be taking things very, very slowly with myself, especially because I know what I'm like, and I feel like the second I don't deal with change very well, and the second I'm feeling that, I kind of retract a bit and I run away, and I run away to what's comfortable, and that's being alone right now. So I'm just taking it very slow, but still going out and having fun and giving myself a chance, because I think once I actually get to the point where I'm truly comfortable with someone, then my worries will go away and it won't feel as hard. So I just need to give myself a chance, but I also need to give myself grace and, you know, take my time. And he really understands that as well, which is amazing. But yeah, I'm just in no rush. I'm putting myself out there and we'll see how it goes, I guess. The last question that we have is the weirdest trend that I've done. The only thing that I can think of is high school, when everyone had those really huge side fringes and everyone wanted like spiky hair. I remember going to the hairdresser and asking my mum to cut my ask the hairdresser to cut my layers really short so I'd have spiky hair and a big fringe. Definitely really wanted that. I'm really glad she said no, but I had the big side fringe. Like half my head of hair was over on the side of my face. And I thought it was so hot, but it wasn't. I can't think of anything now though. Oh, nah. I was gonna say the really small handbags, the really impractical handbags, definitely delved into that. Stupid. You can't fit anything in there. Like, why? That's all I can think of. That is all the questions I'm going to answer today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and having a little catch up, and let me know what else you want me to film. I've got some hauls coming up, which is really fun. I'm going to do a White Fox haul soon. They have so much new in stuff. I get so excited. I asked you on Instagram if you wanted me to do like a dedicated night out video or just like their new in favorites, and I was so glad that the new in favorites got more votes because I really wanted some of the casual bits as well, and there's like cute PJs and stuff. But anyways, that's what I'm going to film next. But I hope you guys have been very well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!